Hi Lisa. Um, I'm looking at getting my weight down. Now, obviously like many other people, losing weight's the key thing we've got to try and do, and it's also a key problem because you've got all these various diet plans, food plans, exercise plans. What would you recommend for someone to start as an easy way to get into the routine of trying to get their weight down and exercise regularly?
Right, well, that's a great question because there's so many different diet plans and diet books, there's magazine articles out there, and sometimes you'll get so caught up with so many different diet plans that we actually completely get befuddled with what's the best thing to do. What I would suggest more than anything else as we start is keep a food diary. Now, it sounds really boring and it's probably not the most exciting thing you're ever going to do with your time, but actually if you keep a food diary, when I say that what I mean is either on a spreadsheet or on your phone or with an old-fashioned pen and paper, actually keep a note of what you eat and when you eat it. For each day, everything that you eat and that you drink, write it down. And if you keep that up for a week, what that's going to show us more than anything else is patterns. It's going to show us that you always skip breakfast. It's going to show us over 7 days you've only eaten one piece of fruit and no vegetables. It's going to show us that you have an over-reliance on processed food. Or it's going to show us that you always eat very, very late. Whatever it shows us a pattern. And once we understand what patterns are in your diet, we can now understand what drives those patterns. Maybe you always eat late because you work very late and you don't get home till late. Or maybe you eat a lot of processed foods because you either don't know how to cook or you don't have the time to cook real food. And so all of these things, once we start to understand your lifestyle and your pattern, we can then start to understand the best way of reversing these patterns and actually bringing you back into a more healthy way of living. Now, instantly, some things that everyone can do, regardless almost of your final destination, regardless of where you are today, things you can do almost immediately to make yourself feel better, is cut down or cut out processed foods. Eat foods that actually are what they say they are, foods that are recognisable. By this I mean fish, I mean meats, I mean vegetables, fruits, eggs, nuts, seeds. Anything which you look at and go, yeah, I know what that is. It hasn't been mucked about with at all. Things that don't have an ingredients list because they don't need an ingredients list. They have one ingredient. If everybody ate a lot more of these foods and a lot less of processed foods, then everybody would be feeling a whole lot better about themselves. A lot of these processed foods, because they are processed, they've got a lot of chemicals in them. They've got flavourings, they've got additives, they've got colourings, they've got all sorts of things going on with them. Your body can't process them very well. It doesn't really know what to do with them. And on top of all of that, they're not really very nutritious for you as well. A lot of foods will show an added list of all the vitamins and nutrients they've got added. Breakfast cereals are a prime example of this. If you look at their little labels on the side, it's got added vitamin C, vitamin D, or riboflavin, or niacin, all of these things. Now, because they have to actually list them out, that means they've been chemically added. They're not endemic to the food, they don't belong in the food. Eggs have a lot of vitamins in them. You don't see an ingredients list with all these vitamins on a box of eggs. You don't need to, because they're naturally part of the food. If they've been chemically added afterwards, like in breakfast cereals and many, many other foods, they're not so what we call bioavailable, and by that means your body can understand them and process them correctly. Just because a food has a lot of something in it doesn't mean your body can process it and take it all in. So what I would say is straight away, really, really look at what you are eating. Look at those processed foods and try and get rid of a lot of them.